To calculate the total market value, there are two other options in the residential side of the sheet. So in construction and sales, it's called construction and sales because we can actually calculate what we're going to build it for and what we're going to sell them for in one sheet. So in here, I've got two different options. We've got the market value per meter square or market value per unit. So whatever you decide is the one that actually gets used in this feasibility. You can, however, calculate them together side by side to see what you're coming out at, and then it'll give you a good idea of which option you should choose or which option do you think is more accurate or clearly represents the market value. So in here I can come in and say, look, I can, as a flat, I know that as an average sale I can sell them for 990. Or if you go to a real estate agent and the real estate agent says, gives you an appraisal and says, okay, you can sell the front two units for 9, but I think the back ones would be about 1.1 mil, and you can put that as 1.1 mil and 1 mil or whatever that you've got, for example, this way, and you can figure out, okay, so these ones are going to be almost that. This one I can sell for 850,000. Whoops. And you can put in different values here. What that does is it actually gives you, this is just an average, but it actually over here, GRV per meter square, it actually tells you what you are building at. So your average meter square rate based on your individual rate that you actually put in is also calculated. And then you could also get this rate from through your preliminary research that everything in this area is going based on, but this is based on the net saleable area. So if I put in $8,500 per square meter, I can come in and select that all the way down, and then I'll get a different value for each one of that. So in here we already know that I'm getting an average, so I'm going by an average sale rate of $8,500 a square meter. So that gives me the same number right here. However, in this scenario, when I've got them individually appraised and I've got a different value for each one of them, it still gives me what my gross realization value or the total sale value per meter square or per square feet is going to be, so that I've got a good indication of which total sale value or the gross realization value I should be going with. So in this scenario, whichever one you think is more towards the real market or is actually accurate, or you think is going to be, has a better chance of achieving, you select that option, and that option gets selected in this green section, and this is the green section that is used to actually determine your sales going forward to do your feasibility and your end value. You can actually, once you've done that and you've got your values and everything, you can actually create a copy of this sheet. You can, and then delete the last three sheets, go in and change the update the value, and then update your values again, and these three sheets will then get repopulated based on the new value that you actually put in. So in summary, it has the total built area that gives you the total built area, the net saleable area, the net leasable area. It gives you the gross realization value, residential plus commercial. It gives you your total construction cost. It gives you construction costs excluding GST. So if you're the international version, the GST component is actually going to be missing. So that's the main difference here. And then you've got construction costs which are excluding GST. Now builder's margin 7%. We discussed that in our dashboard, that you've got builder's margin section over here. So if you know what that is, you can put that over here. But if you don't know what that is, you can simply put that as 0. And when you go back here, it'll be 0 over here, and you won't know what that margin is. So that just stays as it is. And your construction contingency, everything that you actually put in from your dashboard, which is based on, which are all your assumptions, that's what these values come out to be. And you've got contingency including GST and so on and so on. So the same thing happens for the international version as well. If you know what these values are, you can. This is basically a simple link to that. If you wanted to just simply come and delete it, you can just simply come and delete it for that feasibility. But once you delete it, that formula is gone. I would rather control everything from the dashboard and make sure that I put in those values there instead of actually going and changing these formulas, because when you do a feasibility, there are so many things to consider and so many things to look for. It is best to actually follow a method that this is how I'm going to approach it, so that you don't leave anything out. So once you've got all these details, that's pretty much it. We are done for this section. You'll be able to get your GRV, you'll be able to get your total construction costs, and these construction costs will then get translated into your budget sheet. And we'll look at that in the next video.